A couple days ago, I got home from a 360-kilometer bike trip with three of my other friends, Cameron, Arthur, and Elliot. They're all from school, they're in my grade. And this is how that crazy experience went. So, last week, Tuesday, three of my friends come to my house. We're all getting ready to embark on this awesome journey. We're planning to bike to Sun Peaks, which is a 4-hour drive from my house, and it's just off of Kamloops. And at about 7 a.m., we take off, and we're going. This is the first stop in our ride. We're on the very edge of Sumas Prairie. We are here out in Yarrow. How far do you think we've gone? Maybe 25?
Yeah, since the gravel, we've been 5.
We're about to enter Chilliwack. Elliot, how are you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. Yeah.
I am feeling a little achy. My arms are a little achy. My back is a little achy, but we'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's a great view. They're figuring out directions there.
I'm out of water.
What happened, Elliot? Did you just dump your water? No, I have this set up here with my water bottles. They're bungee corded through their loops here because this holder, if you have too big of a bounce, just comes out. So I have it strapped in so it won't fall out. That saved me a couple of times now. Just stretching out the legs, boys.
Yep.
Elliot looks like he's getting strangled by his helmet. We've gone about 30 to 40K. We have about 20 more kilometers till Agassiz. We'll have lunch there. We're about 7 kilometers out of Agassiz, which means how far have we gone?
Pretty far.
That doesn't help me at all.
40.
I know we've gone pretty far.
About 40.
Nice view check.
A and W.
Oh, we can't fuel our bodies with A and W, Cameron.
Munchacone Kitchen and Bubbles.
Kitchen and Bubbles? What the heck is that?
And that's closed. Subway.
Crap. Subway sounds good. Honestly, guys, we have to choose what we fuel our bodies with wisely because it matters right now.
So we want to do Subway?
I think Subway's the best option.
He's videoing and wiping.
This is so hard. I suck at riding with.
Good you and me passing.
Oh yeah.
Going off road.
We made it to Agassiz. We're at Subway now. What's the update, Arthur?
We have gone for 3 hours and 7 minutes. We've gone 57.4 kilometers and we have gained 608 meters in elevation.
It's pretty good.
600 meters.
608 meters. So we stop in Agassiz for lunch. We're eating, we're refueling, and I'm thinking, man, this is actually decently difficult. Like this trip is gonna be a challenge. And I knew that going into it. But man, I was not ready for what was to come.
It's got a delayed reaction.
I'm rocking this little cape here to keep the sun off my neck. Oh, 33K to Hope. Alright, I got my snack stashed. I just had one of these packs of nuts and bananas. I got 2 left for the 2 days of biking. And then a bunch of Cliff Bars.
Girl, don't drop that.
Alright.
Log in. Oh no, I got a crab. No.
Okay, we just passed the sign that says you're entering the municipality of Hope, but as you can see, we still have a good stretch of highway to go. We were doing a good pace though. At around 5 o'clock, we get to Hope. That's our first stop for the trip. And then immediately my friend Cameron, his shoe breaks. And I didn't know this at the time, but we're in the middle of the street and he's throwing all these hand signals. Now these are clip-in shoes that just broke, and so he couldn't get his foot free. And so he's having a hard time making decisions of where to go because he's in the front. Made it to Hope. Cameron, what happened to your shoe?
It broke.
Cameron's shoe broke just as we were at that right there, this intersection. Where is that? Right there? Yeah, anyway, it got super confusing because we were signaling left and right, and we're gonna head to the Slumber Lodge. So eventually we just pull over to this side of this park here, and he gets his foot out. The back heel of the shoe is completely torn off. Anyway, so we have Dairy Queen, a little reward for finishing the day. We take some pictures by the river, and then we head on over to our hotel, the Slumber Lodge. So here we are. We made it to our motel. We're staying at the Slumber Lodge. Not gonna lie, it's like one of the more sketchy places I've seen. It is one of the only places that let 4 15-year-olds stay without parents, so can't really complain. And even now, among the 4 of us, the Slumber Lodge is a bit of an inside meme because of how cringy the place was to stay in. Now that might be my spoiledness talking, but I've stayed in the Ivanhoe in Vancouver, and that's like where a bunch of homeless people stay. I stayed there for a missions trip. The Slumber Lodge was like, they were pretty close to the Ivanhoe. The smell was a lot better, but man, the quality and room service, no. Watching my YouTube videos. This is a UV sterilizer that cleans the water.
I guess that's
Chicken stir fry. Fish and chips.
nothing.
A shot of syrup. Take it. Perfect. Yeah. And just look at me, like point the camera at me. Back away a little, it's way too close. Okay. We're making sandwiches for tomorrow. Got a whole station set up here.
They're stacked.
Now we get back to our hotel. We just finished having dinner. We packed all of the food for the next day, and we go to bed. It's 8 o'clock right now, but I feel like I could go to bed, which we have to because we're waking up very early tomorrow. The next morning was a hard wake up. We went to bed about 8. We woke up at about 4, so got technically 8 hours, but it did not really feel like it. Ugh. It's 4 in the morning right now. Why are we waking up at 4 in the morning? To go biking. Microwave porridge and muffins for breakfast.
Guys, we're good out of the room.
We're good.
Okay, we're going in.
We start cycling, and then Elliot gets a flat. Got a flat tire. Beautiful this morning though. It's like 5 o'clock right now. By the time we fix Elliot's flat, we're about half an hour delayed. But we're not gonna let that stop us, and so we just keep on going. That's where we're going. Straight into that tunnel of creepiness. And then we get to these tunnels. These tunnels were freaking scary. It reminded me of that scene from The Walking Dead where the whole crew goes into this pitch black tunnel. And then there's like 100 zombies in there just waiting to eat them. But luckily there weren't any zombies in there, so we were fine. Alright, let's do this. The next section of the trip is a conglomeration of the shoulder, the Coquihalla, and side trails. The side trails were what made the second day the hardest by far. Now this is not Cameron's fault, he was the one who planned out the trails, but he did a great job of avoiding the highway. In hindsight, I would stay on the highway for the entire day if we could redo that, for sure, without a doubt. That's the Coquihalla right there. Cars are going 100 kilometers an hour. Well, we're going 20, 23 on a good day. Just a little scary dismounting on the bike there. These trails were a little more than just patches of long grass and rocks. Have fun, Elliot?
Yeah.
Same. So eventually one of these side trails we take lead us on quite the descent, and then we have to climb it all back up again over like a 600-meter climb of just big, like massive rocks and patches of sand. Some sections are alright, but other sections, oh my word, it was terrible. My phone is strapped to my bike's handlebars. I'm pushing my bike up an extremely steep mountain. You know what? It's not even the steepness that's getting me. I can push through. It's the terrain. Can't push through the terrain. So after basically walking my bike up 600 meters over 2 kilometers, we finally make it to the top of this hill. Granted, it's still sandy. We can barely push our bikes through, but the view is incredible. It was very tough, but not the toughest part of the day. On the bright side, so. Oh my word. Look at that, that's the highway there. That was tough. That was really tough. So we take the highway that leads us on about half a kilometer, and then we take this exit and it takes us on this 23-kilometer stretch of gravel trail. This gravel trail is the abomination of my existence. Lunchtime. Oh, come on. So we finally get to this last push of climb over massive rocks, and I've pretty much given this trail my all. My back hurts so bad. Seriously seems like all the steepest hills are made of purely loose sand and big rocks. But we finally get to pavement, and this is where we vow to never go on another piece of gravel ever again. Finally made it back to pavement. So glad. So we're riding on the road, the Shola Highway, for maybe 5K, and then we get to the rest stop. This is where we took a break for about an hour, hour and a half. We refueled, rehydrated. Oh my word. We just got out of that like 25K trail that was more like a rock slide than a trail. Great camera, or sorry, Arthur, what was our peak?
Height? Like height? 1,171.
You heard it from him. That's a lot of meters. We're leaving the rest stop now. We have 65 kilometers till Merritt. I'm pretty tired, but I think we'll be fine. So we're leaving the rest stop, and then, once you know it, we take another gravel trail in an attempt to stay off the highway, which, you know, it was a good idea trying to be safe, but, you know, we basically threw that idea out the window later in the journey. We were taking the side road, and every bump I hit, my water bottle would just fall out of its holder, and thank goodness for that bungee cord solution, because I would have lost so much water if not for that bungee cord. And actually a few times, because it would be bumping and I wouldn't notice it's out of the bungee cord, you can't just stop and like put it back in every single time it falls out. Sometimes it would unclip the lid and then water would be like splashing on my leg. Very frustrating. I was very frustrated. And while we stopped to put my water bottle back in its holder, we saw a moose about 100 yards behind us. So we're back on the highway now. We're just cruising. I'm feeling great, except for my lower back, but I just kind of had to forget about my lower back. We went over lots of cattle stoppers that are meant so cars can get by, but cattle can't. And my phone is on my phone holder on these handlebars, and it falls out of the phone holder onto the middle of the highway. The middle of the lane of the highway, the Coquihalla. 2 motorcycles just barely missed my phone in the middle of the lane of the highway. Because I was going pretty fast and I braked. I was about 100 feet ahead of Elliot. I noticed my phone is gone, and then I see Elliot, he stopped behind me, and he runs into the middle of the lane of the Coquihalla, grabs my phone, runs back just before a couple of cars come. The crazy thing is, this is my phone, and it's not cracked at all. So we keep on going, and for about 10K, we are on the highway, and then we come to this crazy hill. There's signs everywhere that says, beware, trucks are gearing down. You know it's steep when signs say that trucks are gearing down. So there's probably a 10-degree incline here, or decline for us. And we are going down this for about 4 kilometers. Cameron, he was very, I'm not going to say dumb, he just wasn't smart. He did not touch the brakes the whole time. You know, I'm going to say it. That was a little dumb, Cameron. That was a little dumb. Like, for most of it, I'm not even inside the lane. I'm, like, on just outside the white line. I'm cruising. I was pulsing the brakes quite a bit. Cameron, he didn't touch the brakes. I couldn't see him ahead of me. So we get to the Coldwater exit, and it's about a 30-kilometer stretch to Merritt. 25 kilometers later, and I have a flat. Thank you, Elliot. Now I see Merritt in the distance. I can see the city. The light is at the end of the tunnel. Guys, it's been so long. It took us all day. We woke up at 4. It's now 6 o'clock. But we finally made it to Merritt. I'm very, very happy. Now, by this time, I'm dead. My legs are so tired. I am so tired. I am ready to be done with the day. And then, just when I am completely out of energy, we are looking for the hotel, and Google Maps tells us to climb about 50 meters up into this new subdivision. So we climb all the way up, and I honestly, it wasn't that bad of a climb by any means, but I was so tired that I had to walk my bike up the hill. I had to. I couldn't do it. We go parallel with the highway, and then we get to the end of the road. I'm a bit ahead of everyone. I'm looking down and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, the hotel is at the bottom of the hill that we just climbed, and there's just a dirt gravel path that goes super steep down to the hotel. I'm thinking, oh my word. I turn around, I'm like, Cameron, the hotel is down there. Everyone is so tired, and we're like, ugh. But we go and just turn around and go back and do it anyway. Well, made it to the hotel. 120K done. Pretty freaking tired. This is such an upgrade from last night.
Actually, there are.
Got a nosebleed on the way. About 20K back. Nice shower, man.
The Slumber Lodge, like, bit was like.
Yeah,
this big.
this is so much bigger. Oh man, like, we deserve this room. So the second day is done. We go have dinner. I have a shower. Felt so good to be showering in a place that didn't feel like it had bed bugs. If I inhale too sharply, I cough. The next morning, we wake up at 4:30. Oh man. Oh, I was sore that morning. I woke up and I tried to get out of bed, and everything in me just started hurting. I did not want to move.
Some beaches, the road is have beaches in the trees. Yeah, no,
It's 4:45.
Yeah.
I'm so tired. My legs are sore. The other 2 mornings, my legs were not sore. So this is going to be a tough day. The third day was by far the hardest day. If you compare them side by side, the second day was harder. The second day was harder. But because we did 2 days before the third day, oh my gosh, it was just so hard. Out of our hotel, we're on the highway. It's pretty close to the highway. It just goes like this. For 30 kilometers, it goes like this. Climb of about 100 meters, levels off a little. Climb of about 100 meters, levels off. That section right there was the second toughest part of the day. After 30 kilometers, probably 4 hours, we summited the Coquihalla at the Lake Series summit. It was 1,444 meters.
I've done about 35 kilometers of climbing.
Yeah, so if you can't see that, this is the summit of the mountain. That's 1,444 meters. Pretty freaking tired. Pretty dead. We have close to 60K till Kamloops, and then another 40K of straight uphill to Sun Peaks. Don't know how I'm gonna make it, but I'm gonna try. I'm pretty much just eating candy. I'm surviving on candy and Cliff Bars, quite honestly. So we're basically at the highest point we'll be in the day. And then Sun Peaks is like another 90 kilometers over here, but this 90 kilometers dips down and goes right back up. It would be nice if they just built a bridge like straight to it, but that's not how the world works, unfortunately. Life isn't perfect. So we start descending, and by descending I mean we go a little downhill and then an uphill and a little downhill and then uphill, and then like it was still a lot of uphill. The uphill wasn't by any means done for that section. We were still climbing quite a bit. So we're in Kamloops now. I think I'm gonna rename Kamloops the decision-making city, because I was greatly torn between staying the night in Kamloops and continuing on to Sun Peaks. I really wanted to stay in Kamloops. I did not feel up to the 60K. I thought that I would make it 30K and then just not be physically capable to go any further. I was so tired. We had just summited the Coquihalla. 50 kilometers later, we're in Kamloops. Man, we have another 60 to go. It's gonna suck pretty badly.
Horribly.
Horribly, for sure. You know, I would almost prefer it to be like, I don't know, like a 10-degree incline, and like just walk my bike up that for like maybe 5K, and then have it be over.
Maybe sections like that.
I was so naive the first day. My word. Think that we could do 90K in 5 hours with a 20-kilometer tailwind on us. 30 kilometer per hour average. Well, more like 25, but still very naive and innocent. Today has been a test of the mind and the body. And we're pretty much 2/3 of the way done today. Man, this is gonna be tough. I will be surprised if I don't cry up the hill, quite honestly. The only problem was 3 other guys wanted to continue on. And in hindsight, that was the best thing that could have happened. Because if there was another person who wanted to stay in Kamloops as bad as I was, we might have stayed in Kamloops because our parents had booked the hotel for the possibility that we would be too tired to continue on. And we would have been equally split voted. That would be terrible. I am so glad in hindsight that we did it in 3 days and we did not stay the night in Kamloops. I gotta basically credit Arthur for this. He was the one who kind of just put it in perspective for me. I was not considering how I felt. I was just putting my head down, trying not to think about it and saying, let's do it. We're going 30K, we're stopping every 15, 20 minutes, fueling up on candy and water and going. That's literally what every stop was. We stop, candy, water, go. Alright, we are here and we're stopped at a gas station. We're filling up on water. We just went 30K. Alright, this is the final climb. After this, there's nothing after this. No more biking after this. After this 30-kilometer climb over 1,200 meters, I'm done. Those are the words that I'm telling myself as we're going to this climb. I'm putting my head down and just going straight through. Climbing this death mountain here. It's literally called Todd Mountain. Todd means death in German. Honestly though, this death hill, it'll probably get worse, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. I'm just plugging in a podcast. Keep on trucking away at it, and hopefully we'll be laughing about this in 3 hours. Been climbing for quite a while now. It's a nice view over there. I'm pretty tired. We've probably been going for maybe half an hour. Got about 2.5 hours left. I just want to get to some peaks and have a shower and go to bed, but got a bit more work to do before that.
7 kilometers an hour average. Which is pretty good. We'll be there like 10 if we keep that average.
Oh man, we're about 1,000 meters up right now. Probably not quite that many. Probably like 900 or something. Just lost data. Lost my music and podcast. It's alright though. Gonna climb this thing. So now we're about halfway through and the road is flattening out a little and we're picking up some speed, and the thing that's going through my head right now is another scene from The Walking Dead where the whole village that the characters are staying in is like surrounded by zombies, and then the main character Rick goes out and he just starts like, he's on his own just out of pure emotional desperation, just starts swinging at these zombies and just like left, right, and center, just like plowing through these, and then it inspires everyone else to come out of their homes that they're hiding in and then just go out, and like it's crazy. It's like after this big moment and everyone is like and it's just like a go get a moment. What Rick says is like, we can beat them, and they're just going through it, and I'm like, oh. And that's exactly what I'm thinking. As soon as we're picking up speed, I'm like, we can beat them. And them being like, the hill. And I'm like, we're doing it. It is nice. We're actually getting some speed now. Even though it's all uphill, we're pushing through. So when we started the Death Mountain climb, it sucked. Every rotation of the pedal was a mental battle. I mean, it was all the way up the hill, but especially the beginning. We had already summited the Coquihalla that day.
Yeah, we can probably see now.
Yeah, we just went downhill. It's pretty sweet. Might have beat, for me, that beat the Coquihalla. Zooming down the Coquihalla.
No cars. Beautiful evening.
Yeah, for
Straight
sure.
road. Awesome view.
I've given in. I'm walking the bike up this probably 5% incline here. I've gone basically 140K today. I think it'll sit well with me if I walk. As long as I do it. Back on the bike. Thanks. Cars just come up all the time. It's kind of hard to stay in the bike lane. It's hard. Oh man, we're pretty close. Maybe another 20 minutes. I don't know what I want to do right now. I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes because I'm going so slow. Covered in that sweet sweat. I always get up in my eyes, my arms, my legs. So I'm going like 5 kilometers an hour. And we have about maybe 3.5 kilometers to go. There's a car in the ditch over there. Must have just crashed. And there were a bunch of ambulances down there. Got worried for a second because I'm in the behind, and all these guys are up here, so good thing no one was hurt. Man, this is really really freaking hard. We made it to the ski lift though. That's any good thing. We still have a 100-meter climb, but pretty much here. It's 9 o'clock. Man, I did not feel like moving anymore, to say the least. I didn't feel like moving when we started the 60K. Whatever. Let's just finish it. Finish it strong. I have like 3K left. Finish it, my word.
Sorry. We can always walk back and take pictures tomorrow. Let me see.
Now we're like 100 meters away from Sun Peaks, and the sky is pretty dark, and I see Sun Peaks there. I see this square, the village, and it reminds me of Venice, the way it's constructed. It's just a beautiful place. And then there's like hanging lights there, just like strapped across from building to building, and it's like, just looks so warm and inviting and comforting. I look over and I'm like, is this heaven? Arthur, we're here. Ah, we're here, my word. Oh, Slurpee. Oh my gosh.
That's where you get your ticket.
Oh my word. Can't
Guys,
believe.
I'm gonna take the lead here. Why? Because I'm knowing where I'm going. We're going to Mount Whitney, right? Yeah.
Made it. The moment we get into the square, I'm like, we did it. One of the hardest things I've done was climb that hill, and I was done. I finished it. That was so crazy.
Sure, we gotta go. So.
No
yes.
people.
You got the pizza?
Yeah, I do.
Oh man, this is nice.
Yeah, you're so good. Apparently people got their yearbooks.
Read very varying.
I don't even know what to say. I'm so tired.
Yeah.
So there you have it. That was my experience on a 360-kilometer bike trip. That's it.